everybody, welcome back to my wellness journey. I know didn't have any videos out last week, except for Flashback Friday. A couple of shorts went out, so honestly, I just got really lazy when making videos. The holidays, I had the motel room, and it was just really comfy, and I just got really lazy. And then getting back in the swing of things after the holidays, blah, 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 whatever. Excuses. So anyway, I did miss a week in video, so I apologize, but I'm back. Some more info coming. I'm still working on the diesel heater situation. So if you are a Patreon member, you saw the Patreon exclusive where I explained what's going on with my diesel heater. If you're not, then you did not. And if you want to see it, then you can by becoming a Patreon member. So $4 or $8 a month, you can be a Patreon. You can get Patreon exclusive content. You can get early access to videos, all the good stuff. And it's really cheap, $4 or $8 a month. And every little bit helps me out a lot on my journey. So today, I want to talk to you guys about something completely different. I have a confession to make. I used to look down on van lifers. It's true. I looked down on them. I thought they were either homeless people who were fortunate enough to have some kind of vehicle to live in, or just absolute weirdos who wanted to live in a van. Now, there are RVers who I thought were cool, who I thought were great. That was a wonderful idea to have an RV and travel around. And my parents did that. They sold their house and bought an RV and traveled for years. And that was always their plan when they retired to do that. And I thought that was really cool. But for some odd reason, van lifing, I was always like, I don't know. I remember I used to work for a software company in marketing. Don't ask me about that. It was a very bad job. Very dark time in my life, very corporate. Anyway, so me and a buddy were at work, and there's one guy we worked with, always kind of a very unusual, strange kind of dude. And we saw him getting out of his van one day, and we got an angular look in there and saw that he had a bed and a dresser in there. And I said, oh, of course. He's a weirdo. He lives in a van. Well, a few years ago, I was watching one of my favorite YouTube channels, Tiny Home Tours. I've always been in the tiny house movement. I've always been into that, becoming minimalist, reducing your footprint, just having a small home, maybe even living off grid, which I still want to do. So I was watching Tiny Home Tours, and they did a tour of someone's van. And I saw this really cool van, this really great build out, like very comfortable. I mean, this van had everything. It had a bathroom, the toilet, shower, toilet, kitchen, folding bed, fold up, you put the table in there, the whole 9 yards. But I thought it was really interesting. And the girl who lived in the van, she wasn't a weirdo. She wasn't homeless. She wasn't some millennial, living on mommy and daddy's trust fund to travel the country to find herself. She had a job. She worked a remote job. She built out the van because she didn't want to pay rent and she wanted to travel. And that's what she did. And I thought that was really cool. So I kind of started watching a few more van life videos and kind of fell down that rabbit hole and realized, holy crap, there's a whole group of people out there who are doing this, who are not homeless, who are not weirdos, who are not trust fund babies. Let's be honest, to live in a van, you gotta be a little weird. And I'm more than a little weird. So anyway, but yeah, that kind of really got me, got me into it. And I'm also gonna tell you a story about how I got my van. I don't know if I've really gone into how I got my van before. So I was living with my best friend. She had an apartment, and I was renting out her garage. And it was a small little apartment and a tiny little garage, and she wanted a bigger place for her and her son. So she found a larger place to rent that actually had a finished garage. The guy who lived there before actually built out the garage for his son to live in. So we got this house, and her and her son had the 2 bedrooms, and I had the garage. So, it was tiny little space, $650 a month. But it was a home, and I felt very comfortable with the person I lived with. which was great because the person I lived with before, I did not feel very comfortable with at all. He was psycho, to put it mildly. He was psycho. And there are actually times I feared for my safety living with this guy. So it was great to be living with her. So we moved into the new house. Our neighbors across the way had this van. This van was parked in their driveway. And I remember the first day we moved in, I looked across the street and I saw that van. I looked at my roommate and I said, I want that van. I want a van just like that. That van's perfect for me. It's an extended cab. It's got windows all around, which would be great for, 360 views, which I've since, blocked up. Not a big deal. It's lifted. It looks like it's really good shape. And for 2 years, I kind of looked around for a van like this. And one day I finally realized they're not driving this van at all. Like, they had this house, like a driveway, and then like a big lot, like their yard right next to it. And they had all these cars parked in the lot. The guy who owned the house, he was a truck driver, so I'd see his semi parked there every now and then. But 3 generations live in this house. And they're probably like, I don't know, 8 cars total. 8 or 10 cars they had. But the van never got used. They moved it around a couple times, but I never saw the van get used. So finally one day I walked across the street and he's out in the yard. I go, hey man, are you guys selling your van? He talked to my wife. He talked to his wife. We negotiated and I got the van for $6,000. It was a passenger van. I had to pull the seats out, the carpet up, and then do the build from that. But I mean, and this van runs really great. This guy's a truck driver, so pretty sure he's also a mechanic. He took really good care of this van. It was a 2003, had 126,000 miles on it. I've had to replace the alternator, as you've seen, and before I started making videos, I had to get the brakes replaced. But other than that, I mean, this van has been working remarkably well. I mean, the heating system probably needs some help. We got the vents back here that don't work very well. You guys saw the video, I'm sure. The electrical got all screwed up. I had to pull the dome lights out. But other than that, I mean, this van has plenty of room for me. It really does. And I'm a big guy. I'm 6 foot tall, almost 250 pounds. So the bed is perfect for me. It's a great size. I've got all this stuff in here. I got everything I need really to live. And this little spot right here, I just lounge back and I stream or I read and I eat dinner in here. And I mean, I also poop right here. But that's the downside of having the freedom that I have living in a van. So, yeah, that's my confession. I used to look down on van lifers, and now I am one. Look at that. It just goes to show, I mean, don't judge people. Really, don't. Seriously, don't judge people. If you see somebody living a lifestyle you don't understand, then either try and understand it or ignore them. Don't judge them because you have no idea what's going on. You have no idea why they do what they do. I'm sure people will see me in this van all the time like, oh, homeless, weirdo, whatever. I mean, I guess technically I am homeless, but I'm not because I have a home on wheels. I'm weird. I will accept that. I am a weird guy. Always been a weird guy. Never done anything normally, ever. In my life. So, yeah. So there you have it. Some more updates will be coming soon about the heater and other things going on in my van. So more videos coming up soon. Again, I apologize for not having anything out. I do want to address one thing. This is really funny. Someone, one of my last videos, their comment was, boring. So funny. I thought that was hilarious. But I think that I'm getting trolled now. So maybe that means I'm doing something right. If I'm getting trolled, the troll's taking the time to talk shit. Maybe I'm doing something right. So I'm on my way. I'm getting trolled. Yeah. All right, thanks again for watching, you guys. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm getting really, really close to that 1,000 mark, and I still need probably 2,000 more watched hours. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't watched all my videos, go back and watch some more of those videos. I do Flashback Friday to catch you guys up on other things, not just van life, but other stuff I was doing before van life. So again, help me out. get me monetized, and the sooner I get monetized, sooner I can quit working a static job, and I can start traveling more and having more adventures and making more videos for you guys and take you on my adventures. And wouldn't that be awesome? So, yeah, again, thanks again so much. Help me out. Subscribe, watch, like, comment. That always helps out too. Even if you want to troll me, even if you write boring, that'll still help me out, actually. I like that. It puts me up in the algorithm because it shows that people are getting involved. So, engagement. It's called engagement. I need engagement. So, all right. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great one. Be well.